Dani Gurry, and you've tuned in to Good Morning Frederick. It's a podcast, well, about Frederick. Everything, the people, the businesses, the nonprofits, and the cool stuff. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Good Morning Frederick. Good morning, Frederick. Today is Monday, July 24th, and I'm your host, Dani Gurry. Oh, I got some big news this morning. Well, really big news for us, but it's awesome. On Friday, Everything Frederick Live, which is the YouTube channel that houses Good Morning Frederick, topped 102,000 total views. Each one of our full shows averages 1,275 views, which is absolutely incredible. I cannot thank you guys enough. We definitely would not have achieved this without each and every one of you, obviously, of course. This number only counts the streamed shows. So I actually stream to 8 places every single morning at 9 a.m. live. 6 of those places are on Facebook. Then we're on YouTube on our channel and also LinkedIn. So I have to go through and compile each one of those different streams and calculate how many views each one gets. So the cumulative total across the board, 1,275 views per show. And I'm so just honored and sincerely grateful for the support. The whole point is to do this show for you, for people of Frederick, for people who love this town as much as I do, and there are a lot of you out there. And to also raise awareness about a lot of our businesses and events and nonprofits. That is the whole point. Now, it doesn't include this number, 102,000, doesn't include all the individual segments that get posted or any of the shorts that we create. If you haven't seen any of those, you have to head over to the YouTube channel for that. But again, I really appreciate the support. You know, when I decided to do this show back in March, it was actually, beginning of March, I said I would give it my all for 100 days. And then we'd look at everything to see if it's something I should continue or maybe this is just a hobby, maybe just a little side hustle. And I'm going to give it 100 shows instead of 100 days. And today is show 79. Our 100th show is coming up in August. And I'm going to be sending out a survey link to get your feedback as well. I would love to hear what you think we can do to continue, if the show should continue, or who we should bring on, or any of that. So be on the lookout for that survey to come out on our socials in the next week or so. And I'm going to read your comments on the 100th show. So it's going to be fun. Please feel free to give your honest and 100% feedback. I can take it for sure. All right. But I really do appreciate it. I know I beg you guys every single day, please share, please subscribe, please comment. But it's working. I mean, we just launched this show 79 shows ago, or 78 shows ago, in April 1st. It's unbelievable. Some people, when they say, how long has the show been on? And I said, April 1st. And they say, what year? I say, this year. So, again, could not do it without your help. I'm going to continue to ask for your help, though, so I appreciate you guys putting up with that, the begging and the pleading. All right. Obviously, because of all the hard work you guys do in sharing and doing everything that you've done, commenting, and the 1,200 views per show we're getting, it's helping me to do great things. Now, I think I'm counting today. I didn't get a chance to get over to the shop yesterday, but when I looked, I think we're at 199 pairs of shoes. All right, the top collector so far is my friend Melissa LeClaire with 235 pairs of shoes. Now, I'm not saying I'm competitive at all, but I would love to do 236 pairs of shoes. I'm going to be delivering my shoes on Thursday morning. So if you have a pair of shoes for me, I will come and get it. I will pick it up off your porch. I don't care where you are. Or if you donate, and you can donate to my Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, or Zelle, which is on screen, I will shop this week for the shoes. I'd love to get 236 pairs of shoes. And I do love my friend Melissa, and she's worked very hard. But I did notice that many of our same friends gave to her. All right? So I'm not going to say any names or anything, but I'm just saying out there. I know there's a lot of us collecting, and it's all good. Look, to be honest, it goes for a great cause. But if you've held off just to see if I would hit my goal, for the love, I need at least one more pair to hit my 200. And then I would love to be able to shop for 35 pairs of shoes. All right, on today's show, it is Pawsome Pets Monday, thanks to Pet and Home Care. And Beverly is the sweetest dog. Small, you can pick her up, but not so small that it's annoying. No, you small dog lovers, I know, it's all good. But she is really, really sweet. Kristen Watkins joins me from Charm City Run to talk about how they are more than just a running shoe store. And Ryan Burns founded Stress-Free Solutions to help people with full-service downsizing. Bob Miller joins me from WFMD's Morning News Express. I'm hoping he's got the news, weather, and sports because Chris Michaels bailed on us today. He's got other things to do at work. Plus, as always, I've got some giveaways and all the events for this week and this weekend, plus ones to mark your calendar with. So let's get this Monday started. It is a Monday for sure. Thank you to our show's sponsor. We help you move. Whether you're moving across the street or somewhere around the country, Nicholas and his team of moving experts can make the whole thing easy. Veteran owned and a huge supporter of the Frederick community, you gotta visit wehelpyoumove.com. Now, you know, we're streaming on Everything Frederick and More, the group. If you haven't joined that group, you need to. 130,000 of your friends are there. But every single week, somebody says, who do you recommend for moving? You gotta go. We Help You Move. Please mark them down as a recommendation. They are fantastic. They moved me from my townhouse to storage, and then from storage to our home because it wasn't quite ready yet. All right, let's find out what's happening with news, weather, and sports. Bob Miller is joining me solo this morning from WFMD's Morning News Express. I should put a big X through the Chris Michaels today. What's happening?
Well, let's just say that we had a little meeting with him over the weekend, and he shall be stepping down by Sunday of next week. What
a way to find out. That's it. Right? You're done.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, Chris, we have a talk show, Derek Hunter's show. And Derek likes somebody to run the board so he can kind of concentrate on everything. And I think his board op called in sick, so, you know, it falls to Chris.
I know. I know. It's all good. I know the days. You just got to step up and do when it counts. So it's all good.
Absolutely. Yeah. And there really isn't any news to talk about over the weekend.
Great.
Nothing happened.
Nothing.
I mean, I can't think of anything that anybody would be talking about today.
Very, very quiet weekend.
Yes. I don't know. You know, of course, that's what we talked about all morning long was Joe Biden stepping out of the race. I mean, that's national news, but it does affect people locally. I mean, We have we have Biden delegates. Where are they going to go now? How are they going to vote? We have a bunch of, and I'm not a Democrat. I will admit that. And I don't know how all of a sudden they're behind a lady who nobody was behind when she ran for president, and now they're all saying she's going to be great. But I mean, that's what they got to do, right?
They do.
What else? What else is there?
Yeah, and I think the thing is too. First of all, in my lifetime, this has never happened. Well, no. I mean, I think I was born. I think it was 1968 the last time there was an open.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I mean, I was 6.
Yeah, I was 1. Yeah. So yeah. I wasn't really aware of what was happening. But I think civics wise, it's very, very interesting to have this happening in our lifetime, to understand the delegates, why this is so important, and really, are you happy with the delegates that you have, because they are now your voice in this convention to put forward what they deem to be your choice. So I think it's really quite interesting.
I think that like you said, we've never seen something like this play out in our lives, where we are cognizant of what's going on. And it is. There are going to be a lot of questions that are going to be asked. They have to be answered. Obviously, the money's going to be, if she becomes the nominee, then she gets a whole bunch more money that was pledged to Joe Biden. I think she raked in $43 million over the weekend after this happened. So people are starting to put the money back into that.
Yeah. Well, and that was kind of the push to shove, right? Because the money was drying up. The people who give in large amounts to the Democratic Party had stopped giving because it was just all up in the air. Now, let me ask you, Bob, and I don't know the answer to this. You may. If he did not endorse with the money, the money that has been given to him up to now, if he had not endorsed her, where would that money still have gone to her?
Yes, because she's still on the ticket.
Gotcha.
She's still on the ticket if she goes and she gets now, and that's still a bit up for debate. We don't know that she will be right now she's the presumptive nominee. And you've got some, like the Clintons are behind her. I don't think the Obamas have said that they're behind her yet. I don't know. I mean, Joe Biden kind of put his support behind her. So I don't necessarily know. I mean, there's a lot of people who are going, this is going to be my time.
Right.
Now,
so how many people do you think are going to step up convention time to throw their hat in the ring? Do you think anyone will?
I think there might be at least 1 or 2 people, and I don't know who they will be.
Yeah.
And I think I really do believe in my mind, and again, this is just my opinion, that the Democrats are going to go for the House and the Senate. I think they're going to throw away the next 4 years. I think they know that Trump's got a pretty good handle on that he'll probably win the election, obviously, and then they'll try to find somebody better to run in 2028.
Well, I have to agree with you only in the sense, especially that Gavin Newsom, who I thought would have stepped up and thrown his hat in, has endorsed Kamala Harris. And some of the other people that I would have expected would have jumped in had Biden not endorsed Kamala. I think that they're holding off and either, hoping for a different appointment or yes, I agree with you. I think maybe they're just going to say, you know what, we're going to give it our best shot, see what happens, but look down the road.
Yeah. I mean, this is a lady who did not win one single vote when she ran for president and actually got out of the race before the race really even started because she had such terrible performances in debates and she got out before Iowa.
Yeah.
So, I mean, look, as a commentator, as a person looking at this, maybe, and even from the other side, it's kind of fun to watch. I don't wish any harm on anybody, and I hope Joe Biden, will enjoy his legacy and whatever else, and just fade away and be done.
Yeah, he's had a huge run. My gosh,
Yeah.
I think Yeah,
but he definitely went kicking and screaming.
He did.
Trust me. He definitely went kicking and screaming.
He did.
Well, Chris did leave me some news, and so that was one of it. Joe Biden, a lot of reaction to President Joe Biden's decision to step out of the race. Representative of the 6th District, David Trone, who knows something about losing the race now, says Biden stepped up to serve his country in the hour of need. Also, Senator Chris Van Hollen in a statement said Biden has shown the nation true meaning of a dedicated public servant, has helped improve the lives of millions. Senator Ben Cardin called Joe Biden a friend and a passionate public servant, putting his nation first time and time again. Citizens are invited to attend a forum on the proposed Maryland Piedmont reliability project. Now, if you don't know, I'm sure you know about this. They want to put the power lines through Frederick County, Carroll County, Baltimore County, and these are huge power lines, and there's a lot of people who are against this. We had Councilman Steve McKay on the program today talking about how much this will impact. And if you own property and they want to go across your property, you don't have any say. They can do eminent domain on this. And there are other ways to maybe to run these power lines, and they're not really for us. They're for Virginia and these data centers in Virginia. So a lot of people are upset about that.
Right.
There are things that you can't do with your property. Steve brought up the fact that if you own a tree farm, I think one of the people whose the lines will go under their property owns a tree farm. You can't put trees there, so they lose their livelihood on something like that. So there's going to be on July 31st from 6 to 9 at Linganore High School, there's going to be a forum on this, so you can kind of get more information. It's sponsored by Frederick County District 4 legislative delegation on this on this power line going through the properties. Yeah.
I mean, that's, again, it's worrisome that, you hear about eminent domain and I think it's terrible if it's going to affect people's livelihoods, their property values, their properties, without too much warning. So, attend for sure if you're in any of those affected areas.
Well, he was talking earlier, on the program on the Morning News Express about how you could take existing lines and existing infrastructure and make that even, what's the word I'm looking for, larger. So you can put more, you put different lines on there. They'll be able to handle more power.
Dual purpose,
Right. And using monopoles as opposed to these big, almost like a skyscraper type of power pole. So I don't know what's going to eventually happen. I hope that they have good talks, level heads will prevail, and we'll see what happens.
Yes, we hope.
Yep. We got cloudy skies this morning. We could get some thunderstorms during the afternoon today. We got a high of 83, chance of rain about 80%. Showers and thunderstorms possible during the evening will give away to cloudy skies by midnight. Overnight lows of 71. Considerable cloudiness tomorrow. Stray shower, maybe even a thunderstorm, and a high of 90. In sports, hey, you got to love those Brunswick 10-12 softball players. Brielle Arvoy threw a no-hitter, 10 strikeouts, no walks. The Brunswick Railroaders won 11-0 over New Jersey in the first round of the 10-12 Little League Softball Mid-Atlantic Regional Tournament that's held in Bristol, Connecticut. They did that on Sunday. They'll now take on Washington, D.C. Monday at 1 p.m. So congratulations going out to them. And I did know that I have a friend of mine whose granddaughter is on that team, and I know they are always looking for maybe a little bit help when it comes to funding. You might want to just research that. I don't have that in front of me right at the moment. So
I will have a look and make sure if we can help, we will.
Absolutely. Freddie Keys lost the final game of a 4-game series on Sunday afternoon to the Williamsport Crosscutters. They dropped a contest 3-2 at Journey Bank Ballpark in historic Bowman Field. The Orioles yesterday, they got beat 3-2 Sunday by the Texas Rangers. They avoided a 3-game sweep. On the good news, Anthony Santander closed the gap with his 27th home run of the season, his third of the series. And the Nationals yesterday, Washington Nationals completed a 3-game sweep of the Cincinnati Reds with a 5-2 victory on Sunday. By the way, congratulations going out to Xander Schauffele, who closed with a 6 under 65 with the final round. That ranks one of the most memorable in British Open history. He played a bogey-free in the daunting win, turned a 2-shot deficit into a 2-shot victory for his second major of the year. By the way, gave the Americans a sweep of all 4 majors. That's the first time that's happened since 1982.
Yikes.
Well, that's
what
good.
The heck?
And you know what's even better about that is that was over by about, 1 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. That just makes for a very, you watch a little morning golf and you get to go out and maybe play a little golf.
That's right. There you go. Awesome. Well, Bob, we appreciate you carrying solo this morning. We hope you have a wonderful day today.
Yeah, thank you very much, Dani. Thank you for all you do. And good morning, Frederick.
Good morning. We'll see you tomorrow.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks, Bob, for those updates. Now, let's talk about what I've got to give you. And you're going to want to check your texts if you texted in last week to win the 5 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs, because we select a winner every Friday, or that Tree Trekkers 3-hour pass. And congratulations to Brittany last week, who won the family 4-pack of Keys tickets, but we've got another one for you this week. You can enter 24 hours a day. You're going to want to text 888-465-2944, 888-465-2944. All right, everyone, right now, give the show a like. I'd love it if you can smash that like button to make sure we get this stream out to as many people as possible. All right, quick break. Then we've got Pawsome Pets, thanks to Pet and Home Care, Kristen with Charm City, and Ryan has some stress-free solutions for us, and that's all coming up right after this.
Elevate your next party with Dreamscape Slumber Events. Over 12 themes and customization available for kids, teens, and adults to enjoy. Don't have the space? We have solutions for that too. Search Dreamscape Slumber Events on Facebook.
Dream Free Art, Frederick's first and only splatter room. New location, new beginner-friendly artful shenanigans for all ages. Come fling paint and make a masterpiece in Dream Free Art Splatter Room, or join us for a fun and unique art experience. Book your next birthday party, corporate event, date night, or family outing at dreamfreeart.com to unleash your inner artist today. Dream Free Art. Free your creativity.
The Crab Shop is open. Join Habitat for Humanity of Frederick County, Maryland for the 9th annual Blue Crabs and Blueprints celebration on Saturday, August 24th at the Walkersville Carnival Grounds. This family-friendly day includes crabs from JB Seafood, food trucks, live music, and yard games. This fun-filled day supports Habitat's home repair and home build programs, making a difference year-round right here in Frederick County. Crabs must be pre-ordered by August 19th, so don't delay. Get your crabs now for this Maryland-style crab feed.
Yes, and don't forget to use those coupon codes or discount codes, whether you're going to Dream Free Slumber events for a great slumber party, sleepover, or tree trekkers. We like to save you a little bit of money and give you some great ideas for things to do. And speaking of things to do, let's talk about what's happening in Frederick. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Atlas Wood Floors, serving the area for more than 34 years. Wood Floors, luxury vinyl plank, anything you can put on your floor, they can handle. Call Jeff today. You're going to ask for Jeff when you dial 301-948-9663. That's 301-948-WOOD, or go to atlaswoodfloors.net and schedule a quote today. Ask for Jeff. he'll come out and see you and take great care of you, I promise. Because if he doesn't, I'll kick his butt. He's my little brother. All right, if you want to know what's happening in Frederick, you got to check out our calendar. It is the Everything Frederick calendar, and it is available if you go to promocircus.com. You can click on Everything Frederick and click on the calendar of events, and then it will come up eventually. Here we go. And show you everything that is going on. I'm telling you, our town has a bazillion things. 30, plus the ones you see here, which is 2, 4, 6, 36 events today happening here in Frederick, which is unbelievable. All right, let's look at the agenda view so that you can get a better view of what is going on. Let's see what we've got here. So lots of camps. If you haven't signed your kids up for these, you can check and see if there is still space available for the rest of the week. The Flying Cows has their camp going on this week. This is the final week for them. This Kids Week Wilderness and Foraging Series is happening at Foxhaven Farm. Again, you can find out if there's still time to sign up for that. And then the Basketball Skills Camp, which is through playfrederick.com. I think that's the Parks and Rec website. You can check that out too. Let's see. The Chamber has a Leadership Techniques series, which is happening right now on Zoom. So you're probably too late for that one because you're watching Good Morning Frederick, which I love. I love. Thank you so much for that. All right, let's see what we've got as well. There are a couple vacation Bible camps happening this week, and there is a Bible study at the Veterans Service Center. So if you know of anyone who might appreciate that, that starts at 10:30 this morning, and I believe that is a monthly event. There is the summer lunch, again, still available at some of our local public libraries and schools. If you know some kids who need some lunch this summer, please let them know that there is some available. That's very important for some of our kiddos who count on school to get their regular meals. There is also a Pilates class today at 2 on 28 East 6th Street today. It's an hour long. You can check that out. I really do need to do like Pilates or yoga to help with my flexibility or lack thereof. Tonight at 6:30 at the same place, the Center Frederick, 28 East 6th, there is a meditation 45-minute class with Marin. We're going to be interviewing her coming up soon. We've had a couple interviews scheduled that have had to been canceled, unfortunately, from her end, but we'll talk to her soon about some of these classes that she is doing. Tomorrow is Regal's Summer Movie Express. I went to Regal for the first time on Friday. Hadn't been there in a long time, actually. Probably since pre-pandemic, and they've redone that whole place. And I interviewed the manager there, David, and we'll be showing that later this week. But $1 movies on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, that continues until school's back in. So you're going to want to check that out, especially if it's going to be rainy. And then 4 o'clock at Urbana Regional Library tomorrow, they've got that teen studio to create a graphic novel. You can check that out. And you can see there's so many great events going on in Frederick, all over the place. Wednesday is the microchip. You can get for $20. You can get your pet microchipped at Frederick County Animal Control at 1832 Rosemont Avenue. That's from 10 to 3 on Wednesday. And of course, I saw the double-deckers this weekend as we were driving around Frederick, and they have some double-decker tours going on. That is Wednesday at 10:30, so you can check that out. Also, tons more, obviously. Look at this. Look at this schedule for the rest of the week. Got our farmers markets all on here. We've got trivia at Poorhouse on Thursday at 6:30. That's at X Golf. And on Friday, you can, there's a drum circle at Sky Stage on Friday as well. Now, there are some events I want you to mark your calendar for. July 31st, Frederick Social. You can stop by there to meet some of the producers and actors from Boomtown. I saw Salyer actually at the block party on Saturday, and he wanted me to make sure you guys knew they're doing some recruiting for extras coming up too. And then August 1st, the Distillery Dash is happening to benefit Mount Olivet Historic Preservation. That is with Charm City Run. And Climbing for a Cause, August 17th, and Blue Crabs and Blueprints, August 24th. If you want to see the links and details for all of those, just go to promocircus.com. All right, let's talk about who is making the market happen. I want to do that here. All right, Market Makers, sponsored by Dublin Roasters, the Frederick Coffee House, fueled by love and positivity. Visit Dublin Roasters at 1780 North Market Street or DublinRoastersCoffee.com. Kristen Watkins stopped by the home of Everything Frederick to chat with me about Charm City Run. I found out it's more than just a running shoe store, and they got tons more that they do there. Let's meet Kristen. At the home of Everything Frederick, we're back, and Kristen has promised we're going to go to Charm City Run eventually, but the store's busy and it gets distracting. So you're here. You've come to visit me on Market Street. Kristen is the store manager.
Correct.
And kind of in charge of all things Charm City Run. And I've never been into the store, so we're definitely going to come in and do that. But why don't you tell our viewers, Charm City Run, what is the store and is it all about running?
Absolutely. So Charm City Run it's a shoe store.
Yeah.
It's an apparel store. It is a sport nutrition store. We have recovery items. We have a lot to offer.
Yeah.
And is it just running? No. We talk to people who walk. We help people who run.
Yeah.
We have a lot of partnerships actually with podiatrists and PTs that send in customers who may not be doing any type of running or walking, so to speak, but they need to be fit properly for shoes.
Yes,
because of whatever might be going on with them.
Yeah.
We sell to a lot of people that are on their feet all day. Healthcare, warehouse workers.
Yeah.
Anybody who's standing all day needs great shoes, needs proper shoes.
Good point. This is a great
yeah.
point. It's probably why I'm getting a bunion on my right foot.
Yes.
I'm so distraught by
Yeah.
that. I've noticed it, and now I can't unsee it.
So
and
now you
can't
gotta come
reverse
in.
it.
No, but you can get some proper fitting shoes
Yeah.
to help
I
alleviate
wonder
it.
if I've worn shoes that just weren't good. It's crazy to me
Yeah.
that I have. Just on one foot, of course, but yes, I got to come in and check that out so that I can make sure. And, I am on my feet a lot. And, just in the event world and marketing world, just being out and about, which is, really cool to understand. So you guys recently moved because you were over kind of College Avenue.
Correct.
Area, Patrick.
Yep.
And now you're next to the Common Market on 7th Street.
That is correct.
Yeah, so
yeah.
accessible to a lot. I think you're right. And when we were talking a little bit before, more easily accessible.
Right.
Better parking lot, visibility is higher.
Right.
Right
Easy to
across
get-
from the hospital for
right
all those
there,
healthcare
exactly.
workers who
Like,
need
easy
good
to get in
shoes.
and out of the parking lot.
Yeah.
Lots of space.
Yeah.
That part has been really, really good.
And you've been in this role just a couple years.
Correct. I'm going into my third year.
Third year, yeah. And so you are kind of spreading the word about Charm City.
That's right.
Doing some outreach,
Yes.
making sure people in the community know that you're there, because you're not just about selling shoes, but you're
Yeah.
about integrating into the Frederick community.
Absolutely. And being able to be a resource and for people to feel confident that we're giving them the information that they need. And so if somebody is coming in to be properly fit, they can trust that every single person has been trained on this.
Yeah.
If somebody is coming in because they are out there running and they're, this heat is crazy, right? And they're getting overheated, they know they can come in and talk to us about the proper hydration and nutrition.
Oh, nice.
And we're a great resource for
Yeah.
that. And so that's always something I say is we want to be a resource for the community.
Well, I don't think a lot of young people would remember going into a shoe store where there was actually people who actually measured you at least and got you the shoes and all that good stuff. So you have to revisit kind of those days because, to be honest, we all probably wear shoes that we think look cute, but aren't the best for your feet.
Absolutely.
And as you age, like I am, it's very important to make sure shoes are good for your feet because it does affect your whole body.
Every part of it.
So when you have back issues or neck issues, or you can a lot of times relate that to things that are happening from the feet up.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'll have a lot of people that will come in and hear about us and they'll say, oh, my best friend's wearing X shoe and that's what I need because it's working for them. And one thing we always say is maybe.
Maybe, right.
Because we want to fit your foot.
Yeah. It's very individual.
It's very much.
Yeah.
And we will properly fit you. We have people stand on a board and it takes a heat map of their feet and we can look at their arch. We can see if they're pronating or supinating. And then we ask a whole lot of questions.
If you didn't do those things, I wouldn't have known what those words meant, but I understand what they mean, right? Inward or outward.
And so many people don't know.
Oh, yeah.
And they get put in a great shoe and they're like, oh my gosh.
Yes, what a difference.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
What a difference. All athletic shoes you carry?
It is all athletic shoes.
Yeah.
And we do have recovery shoes as well.
Oh.
So we also carry a brand called Uthos and a brand called Olakai. And those are flip-flops, slides, they have arch support, super comfortable because
I
really
might need to look at them.
You should never be barefoot, even in your house.
Yeah.
I know.
I don't like being barefoot.
Yeah.
But it's funny, but a lot of people say that you should be. So you're saying no.
No, you've got to have something on your
some
feet.
support.
Because a lot of times people will then get like plantar fasciitis, which affects a lot of people, and that's from not wearing shoes and being on hard floors. And so we have the footwear and many other things that can help relieve things like that.
That's as close to not having a shoe on if
Correct.
if you want that. Yeah,
Exactly.
So you love running.
I do love running.
I wish I could love running. I really do. I wish I could. I do like to walk though, and I have a walking treadmill.
That's great.
That I use when I'm checking emails and stuff. So yeah, getting the right footwear I know is important. So definitely come in for that. If there was one thing you'd want people watching to take away if Charm City Run is mentioned, what would that be?
I think when I say that we're a resource, and obviously we talk a lot about, selling footwear and apparel and all those things. We also do coach training programs, and a lot of people don't realize that we do this and don't understand how that they are different than, say, like a running group or just running on your own or getting a plan off of the internet.
Right.
And it is very different because we have coaches who are certified and they're putting together your plan. We do meet as a group twice a week, and you're really getting the attention you need, and especially if you're a new runner, super important. If you're new to a distance, really, really important. And then the friendships that you make through that are just incredible.
So how does that work? If I were to go in and say, hey, I want to start running.
Yes.
How does that work?
Absolutely. So I feel like we're never more than, somewhere between 3 and 6 weeks, depending on the group, from a new training group.
Okay.
We do 5K, 10K, half marathon and full marathon. Plus we do trails and ultra.
Wow.
And then we are going to have a walking group that starts in September, which is pretty fun.
Yeah.
Because it's actually for Hartley House. So it's really fun.
Yes.
But you come in, talk to anybody on the sales floor about what you're looking for. So is it you're a new runner, so a 5K program might be what you're looking for. Maybe you're wanting to run a half marathon, so that you like trails. Even if you're nervous about trails, I happen to be the trail coach, so I feel like everybody should love trails.
I love it.
But we do some intro and beginner trail groups, and then we go into more advanced groups as well.
Yeah.
And we talk to you all about it, and we get an idea of, through our questions, kind of what maybe you should do and help to gear in that as well.
Okay. Yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, I would have never known any of that. So it's really, nice to know, to be kind of introduced
Yes.
as a non-runner, because shoe fit is really important. And,
Absolutely.
you know, we all want to live a long, healthy life, and so by being active, if you're ruining something else because you're
Yes.
just not wearing the right shoes,
Absolutely.
seems kind of silly to me.
Absolutely.
So people can come into the store at 7th Street.
Yes.
And can they shop online?
They can shop online as
Okay.
well at charmcityrun.com.
Yep.
We do recommend, if you're buying a shoe for the first time, to come in and get fit.
for sure.
It just makes
That'd be
good
silly.
sense.
It
Yes.
would circumvent the whole
exactly,
issue problem.
Exactly. But, you know, thereafter, or as you start to get to know that, or just for other items, you can definitely hop online as well.
Of course. Tell us a little bit about the story of Charm City Run, because I think it's really interesting, and you don't often find single owners who have multiple locations like this.
Yes. So Josh and Kara Levinson started Charm City Run out of Baltimore back in 2001. They're going into their 23rd year, which is super exciting.
That is exciting.
There are 8 of us, all in Maryland, with the exception of Rehoboth Beach, which opened up 2 years ago.
Was that because that's where they like to vacation? I think, you know, I'd pick places like that so I could vacation and work and write it off.
So it's really great. And, you know, prior to Charm City Run here in Frederick, it was If the Shoe Fits, which was owned by John Kippen. And when he decided to retire, he and Josh were very long-time friends because they both started their businesses in the same year, which was pretty amazing. And he had reached out to Josh, and that's how it became Charm City Run, which is just amazing.
Well, I love that it's a single-family ownership. I think that is just as great as being from Frederick. It's, you know, people who really still care about the community and still obviously want to be a part of it.
Absolutely.
So. And we don't mind Baltimore. It's fine. It's fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you'll see them. They come in, they come hang at the store and come, you know, work alongside us, which is a lot of fun as well.
That's awesome.
It's really great.
Well, you got to stop in to Charm City Run right on 7th Street next to Common Market. See Kristen and the entire crew and get fitted. That's what we're going to do next. I'm going to go in, I'm going to record getting fitted and see if we can help relieve my bunion deal.
Absolutely, we can.
All right. Thank you
Awesome.
guys
Thanks,
so
guys.
much for watching. All right. Little too much information there, I'm sure. But anyway, all right. Don't forget about the Distillery Dash. They're doing August 1st. And maybe stop and get in fitted for a new pair of shoes before then. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Then you're going to meet Miss Beverly, our Pawsome Pet of the Week. And Ryan Burns has the solution for downsizing. All right, after this. Looking for a great place to eat, and I decided to take my mom to Thai Merrick.
Yep.
What did you think?
Oh my gosh, it was just so beautiful. You didn't want to eat it. It was a great presentation, and I tried things I had never tried before. And you walk away just with scrumptious on your mind.
Oh, yeah. So they served us a tea and an iced tea. And none of us are big iced tea drinkers, but it was one of our favorite things, wasn't it?
Oh, it was sweet and light and delicious.
It was. And then the curry puffs, I think they were.
That was one of my favorite things. It reminded me of something my mother and grandmother used to cook. It was excellent flavor.
Well, if you want excellent flavor, great presentation, I mean to be stuffed, head to Thai Merrick, 1170 West Patrick Street in Frederick, thaimerrick.com.
All-in-One Events is Frederick's #1 source for event rentals and entertainment. Please visit us on the web at www.aioeventgroup.com or call 1-888-727-8902 for more information.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shining family beyond compare.
The Crab Shop is open. Join Habitat for Humanity of Frederick County, Maryland for the 9th annual Blue Crabs and Blueprints celebration on Saturday, August 24th at the Walkersville Carnival Grounds. This family-friendly day includes crabs from JB Seafood, food trucks, live music, and yard games. This fun-filled day supports Habitat's home repair and home build programs, making a difference year-round right here in Frederick County. Crabs must be pre-ordered by August 19th, so don't delay. Get your crabs now for this Maryland-style crab feed.
All right, A&S Construction, a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and it's right here in Frederick. A&S Construction specialize in roofing and siding. They can also take care of your windows and gutters. And if you need a new patio or deck, they can do that too. You can give them a call, 301-703-2157, or email info@ansconstruction.net, or visit them online, ansconstruction.net. Also, take a look at their Facebook page. Sandra has recently posted some before and after photos that are unreal of the difference a new roof or patio or deck can make to your home, as well as that new siding. Oh boy, if you want to change the look of your home, new siding is a great way to go as well. And don't forget about that $750 off any roof or siding replacement, or $50 off any roof repairs. Give Sandra a call. Let her know you saw her on Good Morning Frederick. All right, Pawsome Pets is next, sponsored by Pet and Home Care. Trusted and reliable care since 1999, providing top quality service from highly trained pet care professionals. What I love about Pet and Home Care is the staff are all employees. No subcontractors are used because they do lots and lots of training to make sure your pet is getting the best care possible. They have simple online scheduling and they're available 24/7. They are always there for you. Go to petandhomecare.com for more information. And now I'd like you to meet Beverly.
Frederick County Animal Shelter and Good Morning Frederick proudly present Pawsome Pets. Sponsored by Pet and Home Care. Now let's meet today's adorable adoptable pet.
For Frederick County Animal Control, Rosemont Avenue. I'm here with Sean Snyder. What a cutie you have today.
Yeah, her name's Miss Beverly, or just
Beverly.
And we gave her that name, and you know, there's a process to picking a name for strays. So she was a stray.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's something in a name, sometimes there's not something in a name. And she was given that name because she's a little bit older of a lady. And not that Beverly's an old lady's name, but it's not a traditional name right now that kids aren't putting names. So we aged her to be 8 to 10 years old. And a lot of times people ask me, well, how do you age them? We do it by their teeth.
Yeah, you
were
telling me.
So it's not an exact science.
Yeah.
So another person or a vet could look at her and say, you know what, she's only 6 to 8.
Yeah.
So it's just your best guess. She does have tartar on her teeth, which a lot of dogs get as they get older.
Yeah.
But we're not saying she needs a dental immediately.
Yeah.
So we have her down as a spaniel mix, and if I had to guess, she's if I get this right, King Cavalier Charles.
King Charles Cavalier.
I knew. I always twist my tongue on that.
It's
mix of some kind.
Yeah,
so I
see that.
I don't think she's necessarily a purebred. Come here, Beverly.
Be picked up.
And she was found on near to Tractor Supply on 15 North.
Oh,
so
wow.
Hansonville Road and Bartigas Road, and which isn't a very safe place for a small dog to be running around. She loves to play ball.
Very active.
If she was a bigger dog, unfortunately, and maybe a little bit younger, she could be a working dog. She has such a ball drive that she'll just keep going after it and after it and after it. And as I was just saying to you, she hasn't had a lot of looks. People ask us all the time, you don't have any small dogs. And now that we have one, she's not really getting a lot of traction. So,
She's sweet, she's active, playful, so she seems puppy-like, super smart.
Yeah, yep.
She was sitting, and when I even called her, she came. I perfect dog.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. This is what people look for sometimes.
I know, you're active.
Relatively easy to walk on a leash, so you can walk her. She can be exercised, but being her size, you can probably wear her out at the end of the night.
Yeah,
she'll probably want to
chill.
sit down beside you and just relax. So
she just took her ball to the doorway. My goodness.
Yes, she loves the ball.
Yeah, she loves the ball. I know you want to play. So if somebody is interested in Miss Beverly, what do they need to do?
So they can make an appointment to visit. You can do that at visitfcac.as.me. You can always call us 301-600-1546, and we'd be happy to make that appointment for you.
Yeah.
Come in. Right now we have people. You look at the dogs in a picture. Pick who you want to see, and we bring them out to you. That way you don't have to go through the kennels, experience all the barking and the dogs just acting a fool because they're so excited. So you can pick Beverly. We do have a few other small dogs right now. I want to say Chappie is a Chihuahua we have that's smaller. We have Zeus and Nellie still. They are a bonded pair. Nellie is, I want to say, 12 to 14-year-old terrier mixed, like a Jack Russell Terrier, and Zeus is a bulldog. He's about 8 years old, but not an English bulldog. He's bigger than Nellie, but he's not huge. So we do have a few smaller dogs right now. The other day when I counted, we had 19 dogs available for adoption.
Wow.
And of course, we have lots of kittens and cats right now. So if you're looking to add a pet to your house,
this is the time.
It might be a good time to add one.
Always adopt, don't shop, because these dogs, she is just great. She's got a great personality. Again, active enough.
Yeah.
So if she is a little bit older, you're not feeling like you're getting a dog on their downside, right?
Exactly.
Where they're slowing down.
Exactly.
She doesn't seem to be slowing down at all. But little dogs live quite longer than the big dogs.
Exactly.
So I've had big dogs. And the little dogs tend to outlive them, and she just is sweet and active, smart, and she'd be a perfect addition to any family. So visit fcac.as.me, make your appointment, come by at your appointment time, and have a look at Miss Beverly. I think you guys would be surprised. I don't know what people might be reading on the description, but she's a sweet dog.
And I always say that if you come in and you don't necessarily have a breed, a size, or anything in particular in mind, you're just looking for a new companion, talk to our staff. They're going to tell you who has the best manners, who has the best behavior.
Yeah, because they're with the dogs all day, right?
Exactly.
And the ones that are up front, you know that those have been vetted and, are good, calm probably, and good with people coming in and out. So,
I said a few weeks ago, most of our dogs aren't off-the-shelf dogs, meaning that you take them home and it's like they've been there.
Perfect.
Beverly probably is as close to that as we're going to come. She might take a little bit to settle in, but at the same time, it'll probably be like she's lived with you her whole life.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And tons of animals here at Frederick County Animal Control. So if you're interested, this is the time. Come check it out. Thanks so much. How adorable was she? Oh, Miss Beverly, adorable. Oh, she was so, so sweet. I love it. I always know, and my dogs, give me the stink eye after I come home after going to Frederick County Animal Control. All right, Ryan Burns fell into a niche when he received a call from someone who needed lots of help with a family member who had to move. The future customer was chainsawing furniture as a solution, so Stress-Free Solutions came to the rescue, and they've been helping people ever since. Let's see about this market maker, thanks to Rita's of Frederick. Oh, Rita's of Frederick now with 11 flavors of custard daily. No more of just 2 where you can either get one or the other or the twist. Now you can actually get 11 different flavors. Plus they have the new pretzel braid, just $3.99. There is definitely now something for everyone at Rita's. You can also get those custard sandwiches, and you can get some to go, put them in your freezer. It is the perfect time of year for Rita's of Frederick, located at 538 West South Street here in Frederick. Be sure to check their socials every day, really, to see what flavors they have on tap for you. All right, let's talk to Ryan Burns from Stress Free Solutions.
The man of action, man of decision making. I love it. I am at Stress Free Solutions. I already feel less stressed, although you're running around maybe stressed me up a little bit. I'm with owner Ryan Burns, and right off of Grove Road, it's kind of in an odd position, but I don't think, do a lot of people have to come here?
Not too many people come here on a day-to-day basis. I mean, some people will come in.
Your employees, other than that.
It's mainly the warehouse in the back.
Yes, that's where I've been through before, and people were like, you came through the back. But it's all good. It's all good. Stress Free Solutions is a moving company.
Yep.
When did you start?
So I started in January of 2014.
Okay.
And moving is like 1/5 of what we do.
Okay.
Because we do the entire downsizing piece for older adults.
Right.
So when there's someone...
So your specialty, I'm assuming this keeps you very busy. I see the Best of the Best award winning for several years in a row. It's a big thing, right? Downsizing. And it's not easy for some people.
No. So a lot of what we do is the hands-on downsizing. So when someone's going from a house of 30 years and they've got to go into a much smaller place, wherever that transition is to, if it could be with an in-law, it could just be single-level living, it could be into a CCRC, continuing care retirement community, assisted living.
Yeah.
They have a lot of stuff, and a square peg never fits into a round hole.
Yeah.
So with that process, we go through start to finish. We do the floor plan. We help them decide what they're going to take, what can go to the kids, and then whatever they can't take, we will sell for them on auction. We'll do the donations. We'll do the trash removal. We sweep the house clean before it's time to, if they're selling their house and they have to do the walkthrough. And we do the full packing, sorting, helping decide all those details. We move them, and then we fully unpack them on the back end, make their bed. So we do.
That is a full service.
Yeah.
Do you mediate between siblings who might be arguing about items in the house?
We don't get into the family dynamics. A lot of times it's the power of attorney or the executor of the estate.
Yeah.
The personal representative of the estate is the decision maker, and that it's their wishes, because our client is the person going through the transition.
Sure.
Even if they're like, oh, mom doesn't want this, it's all about what their parents, they're the client.
Yeah, no, I was just kidding you anyway. Yeah. But I can imagine it's, it's you guys kind of probably become like family to them, because it's not like a one-day thing, right? You're there for some time.
Yeah, a lot of times I'll tell people this business is not like a handshake. It's usually like a hug.
Aww,
because they get so emotionally attached, because they're going through, I wouldn't even have a business if they didn't have, a situation or a problem that they're dealing with.
Yeah.
And then we're trying to fill all those gaps as a resource for them, when it's like, it's just so overwhelming.
Yeah.
Most people, if you're 22 and you're moving, it's just like, hey.
Yeah, throw my stuff in the back and trash bags, let's go.
But when you have to really decide what are you going to take, and the emotional picking and choosing, it's much more harder to move, especially if injury or illness has dictated the move.
Sure.
And you're kind of moving because it's no longer
the
home is no longer safe.
Yeah, and that I'm sure emotions are running high. How did you decide this was a good niche for you guys?
For me, I did entrepreneurship as an undergrad and got a master's in business, and I was doing startups for a lot of different people. And one of the startups I was doing was in home care. So I was working with older adults, got involved. And every time I go to a client's house, they'd be like, I really need all this extra stuff. So I just saw a need and filled it over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And then just over time, just kind of grew to where it's at.
Yeah, look, I mean, I think it was brilliant, even if it came accidentally, because you did notice and understand that this is a big thing. And sometimes the older adult is on their own. They're doing it on their own. They don't have a lot of support, and they have to try to make this transition move. So what's been the biggest challenge since 2014 owning and running this business?
The biggest challenge is we're always adapting. So it doesn't matter. If everything is stagnant for too long, you're going in the wrong direction. So it's always trying to make because there's no franchise. This is literally every single thing down to the logo had to be created. So as we have our systems in place and we find better ways of doing it, it's just changing systems along the way. So it feels like you're always really busy making changes, but you're constantly getting better.
Yeah, you reinvent. I mean, that is one thing I love about owning your own company is that you can pivot on a dime and make changes where it does make things more efficient and things like that. How many staff do you have here?
So typically we'll run 20 to 25.
Okay.
All the staff is W-2 employees. I don't hire day laborers. I don't do anything.
Right.
We do a lot of training.
Yeah.
Because it's the emotional side of going through things. You can't just have someone in there and, hey, we're going to go through your closet. There's so much trust that you're building through the project. It could be 6 months or 3-year project, helping with the clearing out the storage locker.
Yeah.
And you're going through all those personal memories, and they're crying on this shoulder, and you're packing with this hand.
Yeah.
You can't just send anybody out there and be like, what do you want me to do here? Because packing a house is relatively easy. It's when you're sorting and they have to make those tough decisions.
Right. Yeah. What stays, what goes, and things like that. What was your moment? I'm sure you had one, or in the early days, maybe when you started, when you went, this is okay. I'm doing the right thing. This is where I want to be. Did you have one of those?
I mean, it's from the start. I mean, from the very first client. My very first client was actually in Hagerstown, and I literally gave my business card to the banker. Said, "Hey, I just opened up the bank account. The number wasn't even live yet." And then that Monday morning, I gave the business card on Friday, and then Monday morning, I got a call. The phone was only live for 15 minutes. And so I've been calling you all weekend. What's going on? I go, well, and it was the first call I ever got, and the phone was only live for 15 minutes.
Oh, wow.
I went to his house, and I was looking through the house, and the second floor was sawdust. He was chainsawing dressers and throwing them out the window because he had to go back to California, and he had to get his mom's house cleared out. And I was like, well, let me help you here. So from the very day, I knew that people were stressed out, and it was just such a need that it just kept on. From there, it wasn't like a business. You're like, where's my customers? Where's my clients? It was, let me help you right now. Let's just get started.
Yeah. Did you already have the name Stress Free Solutions at the time, or did you start with something else and then went, you know what?
No, it started Stress Free Solutions.
Yeah.
It was like I kept on going through what do people actually need, and because we have so many services within our list of services. It's it's one of those things where we just keep on adding one more piece to it.
Yeah, I love it. We're good. How much time should someone plan if they see that this is coming?
So start early and start often.
Yeah.
Nothing is worse than trying to do this, like I said before, injury or illness dictates it, and then you're going like, oh my gosh, how am I going to do this?
Right.
If you start early, even if your horizon is 3 years down the road, getting that storage locker, getting the stuff in the basement that you haven't seen, the attic, getting prepared for the downsize, even if you want to stay in your house for 3 more years, there's a lot that you can do. And then getting an actual hold of us, it's just starting with that first initial free consultation where we come out and then we look at the entire your goal. Because people have if they're just moving, it's like, oh, I'll be there on the 16th.
Yeah.
But we might see them 10 other times, helping them go through all these other pieces.
Right.
So calling the number, going to the website and seeing how we are, what we do, but really just calling the number and starting that, hey, just come out. Even if you don't use us for 6 months, at least you're on that path to say, hey, there is something I can do. There is a little bit here. And then planning for, so just in case a lot of our clients, let's say you fall and break a hip. And it's like, oh my gosh, I can't be a part of the conversation.
Right.
So now my kids are trying to help, and I want this thing and that. If you already understand what you want, even if you don't know where you're going, it's going to be smaller.
Right.
You can make those tough decisions for your needs.
Yeah. If there was one thing you'd want our viewers to know about Stress Free Solutions, and that one thing that they could walk away with, what would that be?
Really, it's just we're a resource here, and we actually care about our clients. So a lot of things that we do is just helping them as if it was like my own grandmother, my own grandfather. Like, how would you have? Because it's not an easy business to be in because you have dealing with emotions and timings of everything we have to do. So really, it's logistics, trying to plan out all those things and be a resource for them in this community. And we do about 4 or 5 counties. We'll reach out, and if it's an interstate move and they want me to personally drive their stuff to Virginia Beach and drop off that apartment, we will do that as well.
Yeah, that's really nice. Part of what you guys have also found is a need is moving the stuff by selling or whatever, things that they no longer want, or how does that part work?
So if we identify things, I usually get to sell the stuff that they don't want, that doesn't fit, the kids don't want, the neighbor doesn't want. We try to sell, a good portion, which is like the 10 to 15% that we're really, do we donate everything or can we get some money for what we can sell? Now, if it's really high-end stuff, it does really well. But what we do is we call it used to, like it used to be Moms.
Yeah.
So it's used2.com.
Okay.
And we'll sell things. We have an auction every 2 weeks. And there's usually about 1,000 items at least every 2 weeks that we'll sell, and it could be anything. So we have furniture, we've got, knickknacks, we have all the glass you could possibly imagine. So we have so much stuff that people find really good deals and that side of it. And the client gets back 60% whatever sells.
Oh,
so they're
that's
usually
great.
like, hey, at least it, if it just all goes to Goodwill, Habitat, whatever it may be.
Right.
Or hey, can we sell a percentage of this
Yeah.
stuff and try to, find another need for it.
Yeah, that's very cool. I mean, I think it's nice that some of that money goes back to the people who have given it to you, but it's a cool resource for people trying to fill maybe their home to have to call you later and, move it again.
There are so many nice, dovetail corner dressers that we have probably 60 of them back there. There's so many things coming because everybody, the American dream was to have a house and fill it with stuff.
Fill it.
So now that 10,000 people turn 65 in this country every single day,
that's crazy.
They're all unloading their houses as they come, and a lot of that stuff is really great, nicely built stuff. But the first-time home buyer, if we could just talk them into buying nice furniture, that'd be great. Instead of always just buying something.
Disposable. I call it disposable furniture.
For sure. And even like at Christmas time, if we could get people to buy nice used stuff,
right,
instead of always having to go and buy brand new online.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Look, I think it's an amazing resource. I think you've chosen a great niche to, establish yourself as someone who's going to take care of all of these things and detail. I love it. I mean, I think it just makes it a stressful situation so much easier.
So, and then I guess stressfreesolutions.com is the best way to get in touch with us. And then 301-280-0170.
Awesome.
You just start with the phone call
and
then we'll have someone come out. Phil Dorsey has been with me for 8 years.
Okay.
He does a lot of the house to house. I mean, he's at a house right now, meeting with the family and seeing what their needs are, so how we can fill it.
And he's evaluating all of that for them. That's awesome. Well, Ryan, we really appreciate it. If you are in the situation, or maybe you want to put a pin in this one and save it for later, it's probably good to start now, just so you understand the process. Stress-free solutions. This is Ryan, and we thank you guys so much for watching.
Thank you.
All right. I look like such a midget next to him. Goodness. All right. Coming up tomorrow, Cindy Olson has been teaching water fitness at Hood for 30 years, and it doesn't look like she's stopping anytime soon. And Ray Whiten and his family have been bringing basketball to Frederick Youth for 25 years. We're going to tell you about basketball without boundaries. Plus, if you've got a business, you'll want to hear about an event that is happening in August. And I've got Tom Dufek and Gideon Gaines here to talk about it. It's all about the money. A reminder, we've got the Good Morning Frederick podcast available wherever you listen. We're on all the socials as well. So while you're out and have a minute, search, follow, subscribe. We're on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Thank you again so much. 102,000 views and counting. Can't do it without your help and support. So please like, share, follow. We appreciate you. So get out there. Be great, Frederick. Have an awesome week.
From downtown street.